Does this sound familiar to you? The new year just gets started, and you have made a promise to yourself that you are going to crush that new year resolution. Going to the gym 3 times a week, starting a new business every single night before you sleep, or even study every single new month. But 2 weeks later, what happened? You are back to square one. If that sounds like you, don't need to feel bad. You can still do something about it. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I went from struggling to stick with anything I wanted to do to actually being consistent with it no matter what. Let me show how I do it. Good day everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Masa. I document my life journey here on this channel where I share on things such as personal development, growth, and productivity. I also work as a full-time employee at a major food corporation in Thailand. And in this video, I want to share with you on things you can do in order to be consistent with it, no matter what you do. And this is the new year, so you might want to stick around because what I'm about to share with you, you might find some of them to be useful and you can implement in your life. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the topic of consistency is such a big topic that there are so many things that make you to stay consistent. But for me, one of the most important key factor that make you consistent is making sure that you have the correct mindset. And one of those being understand your why behind your goal. It is very essential and important for you to have a clear purpose because your why fuel your drive. And by having a clear purpose, this is something that you can look forward to that fuel your everyday being in order to achieve something meaningful in your life and allow you to start focusing on work and be consistent with it. When you're living a life without a purpose, you are living on a flow of water where you go to wherever it is that the water allow you to go. Example for me personally, my fuel that drive my everyday being is to be able to achieve financial freedom where I can support my family as well as the people around me. So every single day, all I think about is the ability to achieve financial freedom. For you, it can be anything, whether it is your freedom, whether it is something that you always look toward, whether it is supporting your parent, whatever it is that your purpose, you need to make clear about it because this is exactly what you need in order to stay consistent. So what I've noticed from the people around me is that most of the time they are looking for that perfect opportunity, that perfect timing, and that perfect spot in order for them to get started. And this is exactly what I want you to understand, and this is exactly what I want you to prevent yourself falling into this trap. Because there's no such thing as perfect timing, and perfectionism is actually what kills your consistency. By allowing yourself to fall into the mindset of perfect timing, it's actually paralyze your consistency. And what you need to do is that you need to prioritize on the progress over perfectionism. Because what happens is that when you are focusing on progress, you are actually getting your works done, no matter how small or how big it is, because the progress that you have been putting into it every single hour, every single day is what actually builds up all your skill, is what actually make you to become a person that you always wanted to do. So next time that you are catching yourself feeling like you are looking for that perfect timing and that perfect opportunity to get started, think about it because there's no such thing as perfectionism. All you need to do is get as much progress as possible because the progress that you are going to put in right now, it's what builds your character, it's what allow you to be happy and you will not feel regret at the end of the day. Just like what I mentioned to you earlier, you need to stack up as much progress as possible. It doesn't matter how big the task or how small the task is, because whenever you stack up your progress, you are actually taking a step toward your goal. And something I want you to understand is that you need to focus on your task even if it's small and celebrate along the way, because what it is that when you're doing the small tasks, you actually building that momentum, and everything that you do, it will eventually create a character within yourself. You need to know that confidence takes time to build, and whenever you build your confidence and whenever you get your confidence, this will become you. I used to listen to one of my professor who talks about when you are putting the tea inside the water, what it does it become? It becomes a tea water, and you cannot take the tea out of the water when it becomes the tea, because whatever confidence that you build through consistency is who you are. It's what become who you are. So this is important for you to start now and start small, even if it's doing something that is as small as getting one small task done and continue the second task on the next day. So get to do it, and even if it's small, don't worry. Well, actually, I wanted to touch a little bit on the topic of creating a system that actually work in your favor, especially for you to stay consistent. I used to mention this again and again in my video, multiple of my video, is that you need to create a routine, a structured routine where it allow you to remove all the distraction and actually allowing you to stay consistent with whatever it is that you wanted to do. Having a structured routine is very crucial part in your life because number one, it is within your control. Number two, you can design with whatever it is and however it is that you see fit. So by having a structured routine, you actually communicate to yourself that every single hour there's something for you to do. So you know what you need to do and you know when to get it done. One of my favorite tool that I always do in order for me to go into the focus mode or a state of mode where I can actually push myself to do work and actually stay consistent with whatever it is that I said I would do is time blocking and scheduling. That's right. This is something that I do in everyday life. And if you want to time block, here is something that I do in my life that works for me, but I hope it might work for you as well. Next time you want to time block something, do it in advance. What does it mean? What it means is that every time before you go to sleep, spend at least 30 minutes, sit down in front of a computer or write down in a notebook of what exactly that you're going to do the next day, from waking up until you're going to bed. This is how you can time block and schedule for whatever it is that you want to do. And by going through it hour by hour, you know where you're gonna allocate your time, and you know what is missing in your life and what is it that you need to do in order to get your task done. This is something that has been amazing for me personally that I have implemented in my life, and I just wanna share it and let you guys who are watching this video right now to try to do it. Maybe try for 2 or 3 days, see how it works for you, what are the level of confidence that you can gain out of it, and see how you can change bit from here and there so that it works for you and you actually start to be consistent with your life, with whatever it is that you want to do, especially the new year resolution that you have set to yourself at the beginning of this year. I think to complete a system that actually work in your favor and allowing you to be consistent is actually having somebody that will stand for you whatever it is that you do. It's actually your accountability partner. You know, whenever you done creating your structure routine and whenever you're done building that schedule or time block your time to do something, what I want you to do next is actually share that plan with whoever it is that you feel comfortable talking to and whoever it is that you trust that will challenge you in every single step out of the way to make sure that you become the best version of who you are and you achieve whatever it is that you said you would do. What happens is whenever you share your goal with somebody who you trust and can stand for you, they will challenge you to keep your word. And whenever they seeing you lacking in any situation, they will be there to tell us that you have not completed your task yet and you need to spend time keep working, building that consistency that you have promised them, that you have told them, especially that you have promised to yourself. When you don't share your goal or your structured routine with anyone, you will find yourself creating different type of excuse to yourself, and later on you will notice that you will start to feel regretful, or you start to feel bad that you didn't achieve what you told yourself to do. And this can allow you to fall to different types of rabbit hole that I won't go into further about it, but I want you to understand that create a system that works. It means that you create a structured routine where it works for you, and you schedule the time to do it, and especially sharing that plan with somebody that you can trust, that you can allow them to stand for you. So I touched a little bit about the mindset of how you can shift your mindset to be a person of consistency, and I was also sharing some of the system that you can implement in your life to personalize it in order for you to get into the rhythm or momentum of building consistency. But something I wanted to mention is that what can you do in order to overcome all the struggle to your journey of becoming consistency. The key thing is that you have to know how to remove yourself from distraction. The number one thing that a lot of people do, I guess you might have known about this, is create a environment where it allows you to tap into your creative mindset. A lot of time what I do is that whenever I want to work, I will stay somewhere where there is no people, where there are a free space where I can sit down and just focusing on the work. It have worked for me quite well. And something that you can do on top of this is having a tools that allow you to remove yourself from all distraction. So what I do is that normally on your smartphone application, there's in your setting you can set is how much time you want to allocate your screen time into specific app. What I do is that for all social media platform, I will set into a maximum 30 minutes. So by the end of the day, I know for a fact that my 30 minutes will run out, so I know that exactly when I can start to focus my task. You know, a lot of time what happens is that people will experience some setback, and they will blame themselves for not being able to maintain that perfect score or that perfect streak that they always wanted to do. That leads back to the first thing that I was mentioning about perfectionism. There's no such thing as perfect. So whenever you are experiencing some setback, you just need to actually acknowledge it and understand what happened. Just sit down and see what happened, where did you do that allow you to miss your perfect strike, and what did you do so that you are allowing yourself to set back, and actually acknowledge it. That's all you need to do, and start to do it again. Because when you are actually allowing yourself to fall into the trap of having one small failure and then you continue that failure until the end of the day, this is something that you don't want to do. So just acknowledge it and see in which area that you do that allow this to happen, and see for yourself again and again, and try to prevent this thing from happening again, and continue the progress even if you need to start again. Remember, whatever progress you have made so far, that's what builds your character. So you never start back from zero. You will start from somewhere and just start it again. That being said, I wanted to remind to you again that don't fall into the trap of finding that perfect opportunity or perfect timing in order for you to get started, because there's no such thing as perfect, and there's no such thing as the perfect timing for you to get started. Always look forward into creating a progress where it actually helps you to build momentum and build that task within yourself, because this is exactly what you need so that you can build the character, you can start to be consistent with your life, with whatever it is you want to set out to do. Now that you know how to stay consistent, let's take it a step further. One of the biggest challenges to staying consistent is actually procrastination. If you ever struggle to get started or even stay focused, my video on how to stop procrastination and actually get things done is exactly what you need. Click here to watch that video now, and I will see you on the other side. Bye for now.